Alright, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is why so many young men are leaving the Democrat Party for the Republican Party in 2024. Guys, I'm almost positive there's been a literal trend of this happening pretty much over the last couple of years. It's not like a new thing. The only thing that's really been going on, guys, is there are issues. There's like a whole gender kerfuffle that's actually happening these days with our young men and women. Absolutely. I don't think they like each other. They don't like each other at all. Okay. And if we're just specifically talking about young men, the Democrat Party has nothing for a young straight man. Not a single thing. Like, not a single thing. Like, even someone my age, I'm married, guys. I mean, but even someone my age, of 38 currently, I could definitely look at it. I'm just like, what does the Democrat Party have for, like, a man? Nothing. They don't talk about anything that's like meaningful to, I would say, the overwhelming majority of men outside of California or New York City, at least, guys, right? Like, outside of that, I don't think so. I don't get it, guys. Like, there's nothing that instantly grabs me that they ever say. Right? I mean, it's all things that have nothing to do with me. And my vote specifically goes for people who say things that specifically involve me, not anyone else. I think that's how you should vote. But either way, let's check this out. Let's see where this goes. Let's jump into this immediately.
In 2008, 58% of young people leaned Democratic. 2012, 53%. And in the last two major election years, that percentage held steady at 55%. But in 2023, that number dipped below 50% for the first time since 2005. And you'll notice right here, they've started to lean more Republican. And that's partly because of one specific group: young men. Young men have increased their support of the Republican Party from 35% to 48%, a 13 percentage point increase in just 7 years. And this is a new trend. While 2020 exit polls show that young men backed Biden by 15 percentage points, a February 2024 Wall Street Journal poll found they favored Trump by 14 percentage points. And this loss of young male voters is a major issue for the Democratic Party going into November. The question now, can Kamala Harris bring some back?
No chance. No chance at all. Yeah, that's a no. I don't really see specifically her having the ability to bring men back into the party.
Here's what's driving young men to support Republicans and what it could mean for the presidential election to come.
America great again.
When we ask young voters, what issue is most important to you when you go to cast a vote?
Right.
Among young men, it's the economy. Among young women, it's abortion.
Look at how much men do not care about this topic. Look at it. Look at it. And I'm sure these guys here are from California or New York. That's it. Basically. Like, the fact that you are literally putting this specific thing over the economy, something that affects like everyone, is scary. All right. There are some apparently that actually care about this here, but this is absolutely shocking how different that is, guys.
17% of men say the economy is the most important issue, followed by democracy and immigration. Whereas for young women, the top issue is abortion, by a lot.
Why is this happening? Well, we put the reasons into two different buckets. One is the life experiences that young men and young women are having. Those life experiences are diverging.
Young men without a college degree have seen the greatest decline in labor force participation. Meanwhile, a record 87% of college-educated women are in the workforce. And today, women make up 60% of college graduates.
And over 60% of the national student debt. I think it's currently sitting at $1.6 trillion.
This division that we're seeing between young men and young women, it goes beyond who they're going to vote for Congress or president. It goes to a range of policy issues. So then let's look at what the government is offering. The Biden administration has moved to forgive federally funded student loans.
So basically it majority affects women. See, this is the problem. Like, every single, well, look, it's not really a problem, but like, it doesn't have anything to do with things that men large scale care about.
That affects young women more than young men.
During the 2019-2020 school year, 49% of female undergraduate students took out loans, compared to only 42% of male undergraduates. And 66% of all student debt is carried by women.
The young women favored forgiving student loans by 45 percentage points.
Right.
The young men were about equally divided. I mean, that's a big difference.
That's a huge
Meanwhile,
one, actually.
young men support extending Trump's tax cuts by 23 percentage points.
Hey, see, that matters to me. I like the idea of not having to pay what I pay in taxes. Guys, I have never received a tax refund. I hear everyone talk about them. I'm sure they're lovely. Congratulations. Right? But no, please make it so I don't have to pay what I have to pay in taxes, because I don't like that at all. I don't appreciate it. I see nothing. I see no benefit to paying that much in taxes. I see no benefit at all.
Which cut the corporate tax rate and reduced some individual income tax.
And now, because of our tax cuts, you can keep more of your hard-earned money.
But women opposed the proposed extension by 20 percentage points, a full 43-point difference.
That's data that goes like this.
Yeah.
Young men headed in one direction and young women in the other. That's
Completely.
a big difference. Data does not usually segment young voters that remarkably. This is something new.
Which brings us back to this chart. 22% of young female voters say abortion is their number one issue in this election, a key aspect of Harris's campaign.
We trust women to make decisions about
And then you see why when I say that she has nothing for men, this is it. I don't even understand.
their own body.
Only 3% of young male voters said the same. And young men and women stacked up differently on other issues as well. With immigration, Trump's policies are much more likely to be supported by men than women. Men support deploying troops at the border by 10 percentage points,
That'd be
whereas
great.
women oppose this policy by 15 points. And when it comes to building the wall, one of Trump's key immigration policies, men are only slightly leaning towards opposition.
Yeah, let's not do that. I mean, we need something there, but I don't know if there should be like a gigantic, like Great Wall of China type thing. Doesn't make any sense to me, guys.
But women overwhelmingly oppose it. These gaps are hard to explain just by differences in lived experience, which brings us to the second thing that explains the gap between young men and women.
What are the candidates and what are the parties saying to young voters? Donald Trump and the Republican Party are putting out a lot of messages expressly intended to appeal to young men. Donald Trump has gone to Ultimate Fighting Championship matches.
Former president getting a standing ovation.
He recently appeared on the podcast of Logan Paul. He went to a sneaker convention to sell his own brand of sneakers.
We got to get young people out to vote.
These are audiences that are overwhelmingly male and overwhelmingly filled with young men. And it's a way that Donald Trump and his campaign have been saying, hey, young men, I'm with you. I'm on the same page as you. I understand you.
Meanwhile,
A lot of the messaging from the Democratic Party has been towards issues that are more salient for women.
When I am President of the United States, I will sign into law
Right. Say
the
something
protections
important.
for
You
reproductive
said nothing that I care about again.
freedom.
so what does this mean for November?
Oh, God.
Young
Like that's not enough for me to get out and vote for something, right? I can only imagine, like, if that happened, like, specifically in my life, yeah, I don't think I would be married to my wife if she ever did this to one of my children, right? I could not. There would be no way. There would be no way that would happen. Like, we're done instantly. What am I supposed to say to you? I'm supposed to look at you and be like, hey, you deleted my baby. Congratulations. Let's have breakfast or something. I could never do that. Never.
women historically vote at high
But I understand, like, it's always the exceptions to the rules that people like speaking about, right? The ones, what if this was done by someone by force? That's not the reason why the majority of people delete their babies. That's not the reason, right? What if it's something family oriented? Again, that's not the reason why people delete their babies en masse. That's not the reason. It's because of looseness. You're giving your body to every person that you meet, basically. That's the reason. And again, that's not the experience of men, so men don't have that same ability to walk outside and say, you know what, hey, listen, I'm gonna do something nasty today. They don't have that ability. So again, men generally don't care about that topic. So does it make all the sense in the world that specifically young men do not care about that topic? It doesn't surprise me at all, to be honest here, guys. Right? But again, this is definitely expected, though. This is not anything, this is not like new information here.
Higher rates than young men. But experts say that with a tight election, the Democratic Party will need to draw in as many votes as possible. The next challenge for the Republican Party will be figuring out how to turn these young male supporters into actual voters.
Yeah, that's important too. That's very important, right? Because again, people, specifically the young ones, they say a lot of things online and in polls, guys. They do. They say a whole lot of things, surveys. But in actuality, will they end up going to like the polling stations, guys? No, they're not going to. And besides, young women vote, no doubt, more than anyone else does. So there you go. Well, and older women. Women in general vote more. So there you go. That's what that is. But all right, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I am definitely not surprised at the data that was exposed today. Not at all. I'm not surprised by it. I expect this, to be honest, completely. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly.
Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.